Thank you, Craig. And very warm welcome to every member of the North Melbourne family who's gathered tonight to celebrate the awarding of the Syd Barker Medal for 2014. And the winner tonight will indeed have earned the award, given the year we've had on field, and I want to congratulate him in advance. Before I talk about 2014, we've got some really important people we need to thank. Starting with a fantastic group of corporate partners that you just heard Craig acknowledge. I won't go through them all again, but certainly Mazda, 15 years, they have been unbelievably loyal and supportive of our footy club, and I cannot thank them enough for everything they do. So, front and back of the jumper, and not only that, they are an absolute pleasure to deal with, and we are very fortunate to have them as our great friends. We can't operate as a successful club on or off the field without the list of companies that Craig just ran through. I want to thank them very much. Also, I want to take some time to thank some important North Melbourne people. The match committee, again, unbelievably devoted, top-end supporters of our club. A lot of them have been there right from the start of the match committee, and they're great people. Shin Boner Club members, lots of them in the room, seen a few already. Just under 90 attended the function this year that raised just under $1 million for our footy department, which is quite staggering. So well done to all of the Shin Boners in the room. And I want to pause just for a second on that particular night and thank the Scanlon family. I haven't seen Brady and Alex here yet. In fact, I don't think they're here. I think they might be up Noosa, but their impact on that is just equally staggering. The Northerners, our principal Rotary group, thanks again for a very successful 2014. The cheer squad, what a fantastic time they've had this year. There they are. And I have to say that watching the thousands of flags flying as we came storming home against Essendon at the MCG in the first final is something that I will never forget. So well done. Great people in the cheer squad. The North Melbourne members, 40,000 if you don't mind. Thank you for backing us so strongly. 40,000 is an unbelievable number. It's almost twice as many as we had 7 years ago. The new family members also from Tassie, thanks very much to everyone down there who's jumped on board. I want to swing from thanking to acknowledging, and I want to start by congratulating our unbelievable staff that make this such a great footy club, and I want to acknowledge the incredible work they've done this year, from our Managing Director, Carl Delena, who's been inspirational with his leadership, to his outstanding management team, across everyone who works for us in a very wide-ranging group of areas, such as membership. Sonia Hood with the Huddle, and they've just been recognised with another fantastic award that just shows the world what we do, let alone the footy family. Finance, events, Heath with his team in media, IT, corporate sales and service. They've all done an incredible job, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge our amazing staff. If you can put your hands together for them, they've been terrific. Also, Craig just mentioned the board members, and most of them are here. Braids, I think, is away, but Julie, Ben, Jeff mightn't be here either. I'm not sure Jeff Lewis is with us, but he'll scream out loud enough if he is. My brother Mark and Carl do amazing work and don't get recognised often enough. Thank you. I purposely left the footy department till last because they deserve special recognition. Last year we finished 10th, and it was very clearly pointed out to our football department staff that no one at our club was comfortable finishing 2 spots outside the 8, and their response in the last 12 months has been emphatic. Firstly, to lure people of the quality of Jeff Walsh and Lee Tudor back to our club, then to entice people of the pedigree of Cameron Ling and Gavin Brown, for people like Josh Drummond to step up the way he has, for our medical staff, our welfare people, strength and conditioning, recruiting, list management, development, admin. On behalf of the board, and I think I speak for everyone here in the room, well done on an incredible job, our footy department staff this year. While I'm talking about Walshy and Joycey in particular, but again, none of this happens without all of the staff doing as well as they do. What a terrific day for our footy club today when we can announce that Jared Waite and Sean Higgins are coming to play as free agents at the North Melbourne Footy Club. They joined Nick Dal Santo, who was a trailblazer last year. We worked really hard to get Dal to our club, and what an incredible person he's been at our footy club, and what an impact he had for us on field this year, and I know he'll feature strongly tonight. So if those two men can have anywhere near the impact that Dal had, then they will be very, very welcome in the best colours in football. To the players, led by Andrew Swallow, our great leader, and Jack Zeeble, Drew Petrie and the leadership group, to make a prelim final, beat everyone else in the top 10 is proof that we are the most dangerous team in football. The last 8 weeks of the season have got to now be the pass mark for what we need to do going forward. The nearer you get to the top, the harder it gets in any field of endeavour. And AFL footy is the most brutally competitive sport in this country, if not the world. But to get into September and win again for the first time in a long time, twice against great opposition in front of massive crowds at the MCG, was just sensational, and our players are to be congratulated. And finally, I want to acknowledge and thank, on behalf of everyone here, our senior coach, Brad Scott. Well done, firstly, on the arrival of the latest member of the North Melbourne family, Fletcher Charles Scott. That's why his beautiful wife Penny can't be with us, but Brad's here, which is great. But for taking our team from 10th to 4th, reigniting our finals winning tradition, but a lot more than that, for standing out in front of our organisation and taking way too many bullets while we were all able to grow behind him, and never complaining while doing that, has shown me time and time and time again why we are very fortunate to have this man as our senior coach. Well done, Scotty, on a fine year. Interestingly, as I finish, after the final in Sydney and the final siren, quite understandably, feeling was pretty flat in the rooms. Get beaten like that after playing so well for so long was not the finish any of the people in that room were after. I was chatting to Daniel Wells, who is a great shin boner, and he said to me something I'll never forget. He walked over to me and he said, "Brother, last time we were here in 2007, I knew it was as far as we could go. This time," he said, "it's just the beginning." And I know he's right. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I want you to enjoy the company of great North Melbourne people who are all around this room. I think there's nearly 900 of you here. I want to thank you all very much for coming. I look forward to seeing you next year when we remind this competition just why we are North Melbourne.